Hey, Wizzle. Hey, Shori. LMZ. Hello. Hi, Joni. Doing all right. Still here. Hey, Karen. Hey, thanks, Terry. Yeah, I gotta thank somebody, huh? Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, it's good to be smiling. I made it, Frank. Thanks, Rapunzel. Thanks, Molly. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Edward. Yes, I'm chasing today. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Jean, Kim, Betty, Stan, Edward, Truth. Yeah, I think be careful is the motto. Thanks, Kelly, Judith, Frank. I appreciate it, Molly. Yeah, Charlene. Yeah, I just thanks, Lance. Thanks, Carl, Todd, Kelly, Stewart. Christy. Yeah, nope, that was oh boy. I've got a little I got a little joke. I know Rapunzel. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Crimson. Yeah, I'm in Jackson. Thanks, Heather. Actually, I got to get some water. I'm a little dehydrated. Yeah, I'll tell you guys some stuff here in a little bit. Yeah, so I guess the stream cut off because the cell tower got wiped out first. The cell tower was on the southwest side of town. So that got whacked first. Yeah, Joni, I was where I shouldn't be, you know? Hey, hold on 2 seconds. I need to grab some water. Yeah, it looks like that's going to interfere a little bit there. Oh, that'll work up there. Just trying to get set. The normal deal here. I'm good, Edward. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm just messing with this thing. Trying to figure out the best way. Thank you. I'm happy to be okay. Hey, Lim. Yeah, no, there we go. Just trying to get organized. Yeah, so my claim to fame, this will crack you up. I think I'm the only person on the planet in the past 6 months or year or whatever that's been in a high-end category 4 eye wall, eye, hurricane, and a high-end EF4 tornado. So I think I'm the only one. Not intentionally. It wasn't. The tornado was not intentionally. Not at all. Hey, Polly, thank you so much. Yeah, living on the edge, huh? Wasn't the plan, but let's see, this phone's gonna get hot. Yeah, no, I mean, real simply, I thought it was going like 4 miles west of town, and so the big error was going into town. I should have either stayed, even if I just went just north of town. If I spotted it, I could have went north. Um, Even Reed said he wouldn't have put the Dominator 3 in front of that tornado. I'm like, you wouldn't have gone in that with the Dom 3 and put the thing down to the ground and whatever? And he's like, no. He wouldn't even have taken the Dominator 3 into that, which I was surprised about that. Um, yeah, it wasn't a GPS issue. It wasn't a radar issue. It wasn't a radar warning issue. It was human error. It was just, I made a simple human error. A couple of human errors. One was I should have stayed on the main road. Two was if I stayed on the main road, I would have had a visual, and I would have realized. I just lost my bearings. I put too much to chance. Lost my bearings. Shouldn't have been in town at all. You know, north or south of town, whatever. I mean, preferably south of town. Um, but going in town was a huge, huge mistake. Shouldn't even have been in town. I didn't have my routes. Um, so anyway, let me do this real quick. Let me get some water. I'm right here at this gas station. I'll be right out. Yeah, the dead end, it wasn't, obviously, and I did honestly consider just going straight through the mud of the hole, and then I would get stuck. But actually, being down in that depression wouldn't have been the worst thing. But yeah, when I hit the dead end and then I could hear the roar right there, I was like, okay, we got to make tracks. Let me just grab some water because I got to get some ibuprofen in me. And so I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Hey guys, big line in there. Oh. Code black is deaths. Yeah, the GPS was just thank you, Virginia. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Virginia. All right, just going back, looking at the chat a little bit. Hey, Mario. Taking time off from chasing? No, I'm chasing today. Yeah, no, it was, so I'll give you the rundown. Just had to get a little coffee there, and I need to take some ibuprofen. Yeah, I made the wrong assumption, and when I look back at the radar, I don't even know why I made the assumption that I did. But I made an assumption that it was going to be like 3 or 4 miles west of town. And just getting out ibuprofen here. And when I look back at the radar, thank you, Apricot Rose, I really appreciate it. When I look back at the radar, I don't know why I made that assumption. It was only updating, velocity was only updating like every 6 minutes, but it was clearly tracking northeast, and I just made a dumb mistake, and entering the town was also a dumb mistake, but you know, I was thinking it was going to pass like 4 miles west of town. Just bad estimations, just really bad estimations. So, you know, this is something you can't make errors like that with. That's basically it. So yeah, I got caught up in it. It was crazy. It was scary. After the tornado passed by, I just checked myself to see if I was bleeding anywhere. I didn't want to bleed out. I didn't have any bleeding. So I just gathered some things in the car. I could immediately hear some people outside. And so I got out of the car. Well, before I got out of the car, I could see there was a couple up by the main road. And I could hear them, and it was dark everywhere. Power's knocked out and whatever, but I could figure out she was naked, and they were wandering and hollering and whatever. So I yelled at them to sit down on the main road so that they didn't step on a power line or anything. So I got out of the car, walked around, down lines and whatever, got to the main road. And he had a gash on his head from the top of his skull back almost to the top of his neck. And it was wide open down to the skull. Luckily, it wasn't bleeding. It was weird. It was just a clean cut. And that ended up being the guy that Reed took to the hospital. So I was with them. It was a man and a woman. He was in pain from the get-go. His back, his stomach, whatever, and then his head. So that was crazy. And then his girl, she was in extreme shock. Literally had no idea how she got there. And I showed her. I was like, look around. We were in a tornado. We were hit by a tornado. And she literally was like, where am I? Why am I here? And then she's like, is my little sister with me? She didn't know if her little sister was staying with her. She's like, was I in a car? And I'm like, no, I think you're at home. She didn't have any clothes on. I'm like, no, I think you were at home. So it's just the extreme level of destruction and violence, and so not long after that, some other. Thank you, Stuart. So then other chasers were showing up. Zach Hall and Frankie were there. Marcus was there. Reed got there. And I only had slides on, so I couldn't go house to house. I would have been no good, if I step on a power line or step on sheet metal. But literally immediately, my first thought was, this reminds me of Joplin, of I can't remember his name right now, Petrosky or whatever, the storm chaser, the older guy out of Tulsa, of his video of Joplin, of how there were just piles. Like literally there, you couldn't see anything that resembled Jeff. Nothing resembled a house or a structure. It was just piles. That's all you saw. It was just piles. Cars on the piles, or piles of piles, and some of the piles were 20, 30 feet tall. I know, I should wear this, I should wear that, but honestly, I mean, everyone has their purpose. I'm not trained in search and rescue and whatever, and I don't pretend to be. I'm not saying that anybody else does. I'm just saying I am not. But my purpose was actually, I stayed at the main road, and when people were bringing wounded out, I was stopping vehicles and asking if they could take people to the hospital. So I was kind of the loading point guy, where they bring people injured out to the road. I'm like, do you need an ambulance? The problem is that it was so remote, there was literally no services. There was one cop, and this isn't blame, this is just discussing the situation. There was one cop younger guy, and um, and then for quite a while, for a good at least 30 to 45 minutes, there was only one cop. Um, I don't even, I literally didn't even see uh, an ambulance, like, ever. Ambulances up there are probably private. They're probably based down in Vicksburg or something. So this isn't blame. But for a good 30, 45 minutes or hour, it took a while for other folks to show up. But the officer, from what I heard, the officer called it in. And I think Vince said he was listening, or Brandon said he was listening to the call-ins. And the dispatch is like, well, where do I send people to? And the guy's like, the effing town is devastated. There isn't anything here. Just send people here, like, anywhere. He's like, there's no gas station. There's no nothing. Just send everybody you can. But anyway, so my purpose was, I went out to the main road, and I was kind of the guy that people would bring out wounded to the road. I would flag down cars and ask the people if they could take the wounded to the hospital. So the first one was the guy with the head cut injury, and Reed took him. And there were several after that. I mean, I don't know how many, maybe 20 people we got loaded up. And during that time, you would hear sudden crying about maybe people that learned of family members that died, screaming and whatever. I know one of the chasers, I'm not going to mention his name because I don't know if he's put this out publicly, but he found 3 dead people, just himself. And honestly, I don't even know if I could do search and rescue. I don't know if I could look and see a dead person in the face. I don't know if I have that capability. So I stayed out by the road and got people loaded up, get them to the hospital. And then after a while, the road started it's a main road. It started getting busy, probably people from other towns coming through. And also a lot of people were trying to get home to Arkansas, but the road started getting busy. And, so you had people parked on each side of the road, so there was no breakdown lane. And then the two-way traffic got busy, and then it got clogged, and people were trying to go, use 2 lanes to go one direction, and it was blocking it. So I was just trying to keep the road open. And then, people were trying to get family members out that were injured. So there were probably 3 pickup trucks at least, or probably more than that, where people were taken out in the bed of the pickup. Like, that was the ambulance, was the bed of the pickup. One fire truck showed up after a while, and I think those guys went to do search and rescue. But chasers, to be clear about it, and there's different comments about, chasers should do this, chasers should do that, shouldn't do that, or whatever. Chasers were the first people there, and out of the first 20, 30, 40, 50 people that were there, the vast majority were chasers. There's just nobody else there, and so it was chasers that were going house to house. It's not even houses, going pile to pile, looking for people, assisting, um, you know, finding people that are hurt, finding people that are dead, whatever. Um, and it's not like chasers are trying to be heroes and, trying to, I don't know. It's not like that. And I saw it firsthand. It's such a remote area that there's no one there. There's no services. It literally almost everything had to come from Vicksburg or maybe Yazoo City or whatever, and it takes a lot time. So everyone did what they could. Everyone helped. And there were low. Well, I shouldn't say the first people there. There were also a lot of locals, but the locals were either so stunned, a lot of people just sort of walking in circles, or but there were locals were bringing people out to the roads, but everyone was searching and rescuing and whatever. So anyway, so the road got really, really busy. They were taking people out. Then you had a lot of emergency first responders. I don't know, after whatever, 45 minutes, an hour, it all blends together. But most of the people that were coming in were doing search and rescue. And I just sort of stayed on the road. I was being the road guy because, like I said, I've got the slides on. And so that was kind of my purpose, I guess, was just to be the road guy, try to keep the road open and clear. And there were a lot of people with sheriff stuff on. And I think they thought, I don't know what they thought, but people were listening to me when I was saying go, 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 get out of the way, pull over, whatever, because it was kind of chaotic and I was just trying to keep it organized. So anyway, that's what I did. And then Reed came back, I guess, from Vicksburg. There was more stuff. You're talking with chasers, you're trying to figure out, is everyone okay? Is everybody found? Communications were down and all that. But then Reed picked me up, and I'm good. Some cuts and scrapes and whatever, but I'm good. And let's see, what else? So then from there we went to Ruston because his buddy that was chasing with him, that's where his car was. So then we went to Ruston, and I needed to sleep in that next day, so Reed had to go work for AccuWeather doing some damage assessments and stuff. And then here we are. We're back to today. So I haven't been really looking at the chat. Just while I've been talking. It's just a lot. And I know there's comments and opinions and whatever, and I appreciate it. But we all have opinions, we all have thoughts, and I appreciate them, but I'm just gonna not read everything right now. I appreciate the support, all support. The people care. I'm not here for the money. I do well. I have a good business. When I ask for donations, chasing isn't cheap. I've got to put a daughter through college and whatever. So I'm not a full-time chaser. I'm not trying to profit off of chasing. Donations are merely to assist with costs. And but none of this is for fame. None of it is for, I want to zero meet or something, and I don't have a death wish. I'm extremely fascinated by tornadoes. Um, Last night was I would say what was amazing. Well, not last night, the night before. I'd say what was amazing was how fast it came together. From like Lake Providence and all that. How fast it came together. How mean it got so quickly. Um, but I went back and I watched some of my live stream, and last night I watched it a couple times, and not ready to watch it right now. I mean, Hey, my phone died. Sorry about that. My am I back, guys, gals? Let me know if I'm back with you. Okay. Yeah, my second phone here, it got damaged, and I'm not sure how well it's working or not. The screen is cracked, and not sure if the battery is messed up or what. But anyway, I went back to look at the video, and I'm pissed at myself. I mean, there's a number of things. There's just like I'm watching, and I'm just like, stupid, 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 over and over. Bad mistakes. But tornado came in the southwest part of town. There was a power flash. I was just trying to get back to the main road and literally go north or south as fast as I could, as quick as I could. Whatever, made a wrong turn, hit the dead end. When I turned around the dead end, that's when I could hear the roar. My window was down, and I'm like, shit, I'm screwed. So tried to get out to the main road, didn't make it, got hit. And I'm not going to go into the details of that right now. But anyway, got hit, and made it. And the video, it'll come out at some point down the road, but I don't know. I just it'll be out, so just be patient, whatever. So that's kind of what we got right now, but what I would say a few things, with regards to safety and whatever. First off is Mother Nature is extremely unpredictable. So, they were kind of saying like, well, initially the day before, the morning of, or whatever, there was a talk of, possibly violent tornadoes. And they kind of backed off on that a little bit to like EF2, EF3. I mean, obviously, what's the difference or whatever. But it seemed like with the afternoon SPC updates, they were kind of taking the EF4 off the table. Not in my mind, it wasn't necessarily off the table, but what I'm more saying is that when you have a ripe environment, because when you looked at what was going on, right, at that time when you looked around, there was the one cell out by Jackson that looked like it was trying south of Jackson. It earlier tried to produce, kind of struggled. The stuff eastern Arkansas was, there were tornado warnings up there, but nothing was like really blasting off. And what was amazing was how quickly that cell, it didn't look special. It was a decent blob or whatever. But what's amazing is how it talked about it all day. That the Greenville to Vicksburg, you know, that was just, that was the ripe area. And what's amazing is, like, you know, the suit, it didn't look like an amazing supercell, it wasn't, but it just, it there was enough energy in that blob that it found what it wanted, and everything was ripe, and it just, literally the time frame of how it could get organized and put something like that down, is just astounding. It's really astounding. But we saw it, on the live. Warning signs are the massive amounts of lightning. Massive amounts of lightning. Strong CG bolts, positive bolts, just bam, 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 bam. So, the warnings were there that, it's intensifying, and all that. But yeah, it was just dumb. Positioning was dumb. Being in that town was dumb. There was no reason to. Guys could see it from the main road. So the mistakes made were human mistakes, and it was an interpretation of radar data in proximity to the roads. And, luckily it wasn't something that, I didn't pay for it as bad as I could have. So, just give me 2 seconds here. Just gonna breathe for a second. Been talking a lot. Gonna take a look at radar. So, kind of somewhat out of nowhere, we've got what could be a pretty bad day today. Storms are going in Louisiana. Kind of trying to figure where to position. But I really, 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 there's so many people that have, I appreciate all the concern and wishes and prayers and thoughts and all of that. It's huge, so I really appreciate that. But I'm mad at myself. For whatever reason, I've been one of these people that for whatever reason, I learned the hard way. Luckily, I've got all my fingers and toes and everything works, and got lucky, got really lucky. But there definitely was a time there where I was like, this it could have literally a roll of the dice as to, if something, some projectile or whatever, it's literally the luck of the draw. that flying piece of debris, does it go this way or does it go that way or whatever? Um, it's not like I did anything special to make it out. Um, let's see here. Just sort of staring at my phone, and I'm not really doing anything. So the radar got some rotation up there. So we got one severe cell up by Shreveport. What meso is not that strong. Hail moving at 60. Almost looks like an MCS. Well, not really. Just sort of. Whoop. Why does it do that? Silly phone. Stronger meso down by Beaumont. So anyway, but the biggest thing is after seeing the devastation and the injuries, the damage, the death, whatever, and you get deep thoughts and you're like, okay, what's my purpose? What can I do? And that kind of stuff. And so what was interesting is yesterday I got a ride from Seth. Seth's from the Longview area, and he came out to Ruston to take me to Jackson. And Seth, on his own, is involved with volunteer, charity, relief. Like for Mayfield last year, he and some buddies rounded up trailers or whatever, equipment. So, like generators and chainsaws and stuff like that. And, I witnessed, different types of relief for Ian. And what's strange is the relief. It's like how somewhat inappropriate or whatever, the immediate need when there's disaster, the immediate need is food, water, communications, your basic necessities, right? Food, water, power to power your cell phone, maybe a Wi-Fi hotspot. It's amazing, the Wi-Fi hotspot, how important that was on Pine Island for Hurricane Ian. So anyway, so Seth has done some stuff where he was doing relief with, they brought a trailer with generators and chainsaws and different stuff to Mayfield, Kentucky. But then, when you're talking about relief for a disaster, immediate relief, what's the best way to distribute the money and whatever? Because it takes time. I mean, when I'm saying immediate relief, if you can respond within, literally 6 to 10 hours for a disaster. Like he said that after Mayfield, they were up there within 20 hours. But, okay, generators and chainsaws, so for instance, for Rolling Fork, a lot of mobile homes and whatever, you don't need a generator because there's no house. And chainsaws, it's all sheet metal. You don't need chainsaws. So what's the most efficient way to help people? So if you look at my Twitter, Chris FL Tornado, I retweeted something from Seth where he is designing a trailer to respond to, literally, he'll drive anywhere. He's got 3 businesses, and and Seth's just one guy, but basically to be able to design these trailers, and there can be multiple ones around the country where the trailer, um, food, water, porta potties, be able to recharge your phone, plug in your phone, um, and it can be for hurricane or tornado or whatever. But when you're going to a disaster, distribute blankets, because people, it's crazy. Like a disaster, it's like, well, what do people need immediately, right? Well, they're wet, they need a blanket, right? Get you warm, fed, warm, water. So anyway, take a look at my Twitter. I reposted something for Seth. He's the real deal. Be careful. I'm not going to name names, but there are other relief efforts out there in the weather chasing community that I don't necessarily trust, because there's no full disclosure on how much money is taken in and where the money goes. There's no accounting. It's not a legal nonprofit. It's not a 401c or whatever it is. And there's no disclosure as to how much is taken in and how much is given out. You can probably guess what I'm talking about, but so anyway, what is my purpose? I want to try to help in that direction. I'm a chaser, but some things I want to change. For instance, I would, especially on the days where there's a chance of strong tornadoes, for the future, I want to have something like a Yukon, big and heavy, but not to like big and heavy so I'm in the tornado. But if there is a lot of injuries, something big that I could literally load people up and get them to the hospital. So I kind of see that's more my route. Is I'm a chaser. I'm going to be there. So if I'm going to be there, be ready with a big, strong, heavy vehicle where I can take people to the hospital. Because a lot of these tornadoes are out in rural areas. But then also assisting Seth with his plans of putting this trailer together. So I see that as the most efficient use. I mean, the trailer is reusable. So, all you literally need to do is stock it with food and water. So the donations, if you're donating, right? If you're donating, and if somebody says, I've got $100,000 and we're going to go to Rolling Fork with $100,000, bring in 20 generators and 50 chainsaws almost doesn't do jack for the people that are there, right? For immediate response. So, there's also additional thoughts, like for Hurricane Ian, I assume it's FEMA for Hurricane Ian, they brought these sleeping pods, air-conditioned sleeping pod trailers, that were deployed for the first responders that were helping with search and rescue and whatever. So even those, to be able to deploy, one or two of these sleeping trailers to a town that's been hit, so at least people just have a place to stay. And again, if if an organization could buy these trailers, I know they're not cheap, but You have a trailer or two. I don't know what each trailer houses, if it's like 16 people or 20 people or 24 people, and there's, they literally have a little door and whatever, and I don't know. So just putting together different thoughts logistically on how to best respond to catastrophes, like Mayfield, like Rolling Fork, and these other towns that get hit. Just what are the better ways? What are the best practices so that the money, it's obvious people want to help and donate money, but what's the best way to get the money to assist those people ASAP? So anyway, so I just been thinking about that. I'm looking at Louisiana a little bit here. East Texas. I'm in Jackson, Mississippi right now. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, how am I going to pronounce your name? Anne? Anne? I appreciate it. Aine? That's a new one. Aine. I got to learn how to pronounce that. I'm guessing you're maybe Irish? Aine. Pronunciation.
We are looking at how to pronounce this Irish name, as well as how to say more interesting but sometimes unclear names from our Ireland.
Oh my
so
God.
make sure to stay tuned and consider subscribing for more learning. How do you say it?
Anya. Anya?
Once you know.
My God, that's a weird Google channel. The guy's creepy. Anya. Anya? Whoops, cancel. Why does his business deserve hate? It's not hate, it's reality. I mean, it's reality. The man is not a nonprofit. How much money does he get and where does the money go? There's no disclosure whatsoever. So it's not, and a personal thing, I mean, I'm not getting into the personal thing. There's a lot of personal problems with a lot of different people that I'm not going to get into. But if you're going to act as a relief organization, there should be a full disclosure. If you don't disagree that there should be a full disclosure, then I think you're crazy. But when you're talking $100,000 or whatever, there's no accounting. That's a reason why nonprofits have to register themselves as nonprofits. And there has to be full accounting disclosures. All right? It's very simple. And that's enough talk on the subject. I'm done talking about it. All right, so time to focus on today. Cells are moving northeast. Hey Shiori, I don't know if you posted the Venmo PayPal thing or not. If you're able to, I will pin it. I appreciate it. Okay, where am I going? All right, so that's Alabama. Alabama starts early. So the HRRR tries to put a long track across Louisiana to Mississippi. That's the 18Z. So that cell down by Beaumont, that could possibly be the one that tries to long track. Let me go all the way back. 20Z. Oh, okay, I need to pin it. Thanks, guys. Guys and gals. Oh, where am I? Get my brain going. Thank you, Shiori. Pin message. Okay, thank you. And again, I'm not in this for any profit. My expenses far outweigh my donations that I get, any money I get from selling stuff or whatever. All right, so that's pretty clear. So I think I'm gonna head let's see, am I going to Alexandria? Natchez, how far am I to Alexandria? Alexandria, 320. Probably best to stay on I-20 instead of going through the woods. All right, well, I'm going to head west. Yeah, one thing I would say is don't assume that anybody is anything to anybody per se. Real life is, real life can be quite a lot different than an internet thing or whatever. There's kind of like the behind the scenes. So there's a lot of behind the scenes. Where are we going here? Am I taking a right? No, I'm taking a left. With everybody in this world, there's a public persona and there's a reality. So I only take people for face value. My interactions with them or with my friends that I trust immensely. And everyone's free to do what they want, but unless you personally interact with somebody, you should be careful. Why be so cryptic? I'll be exactly how I want to be, okay? My opinions are my opinions, so whatever. You can form your own opinions. I mean, it's obvious already people have put their own opinions on here. I don't care about other people's opinions. All I know is what I've experienced face to face with various people and what I've seen. And what I'm telling you is from what I've seen, you need to be careful in forming opinions unless you have personally interacted with somebody extensively. Okay. I'm gonna drive west. So anyway, my interest in helping going forward is to chase and to try to be on scene with a larger vehicle if possible, transport to hospitals, and then also like Seth's idea about bringing a trailer. I really like that idea. So let's see. So we're heading west. Looks like everything's gonna come from Louisiana. I don't want to go too far west if something develops in Mississippi on its own, a renegade, but it seems like the HRRR is heading hard. I also want to say, going backwards to yesterday, the day before, thank you everybody for support and also any donations. I mean, there's been so many people. I greatly appreciate it. I've got AJ, Karen, Lizette, Samantha, Smorman, Melissa, Joni, Cheryl, We've got the super chats from today that I appreciate the super chats today. I just, I try to recognize literally every single person that. Whoop, hold on a second. I'm gonna mute this for 2 seconds. Hey gang, I'm back. No. Talking to my son. I need to do something before I forget. I know, there's a lot of southern states that, yeah, there's a lot of, I know exactly what you're saying here. Aw, Nikki, thanks, sweetie. I saw your man, I was hanging out with him. He's one of my favorite people. I know, hydrate. I want to be sponsored by, I love Evian. The Swiss Alps. Good food. Yes, good water. I'm chasing today. He smiles a lot for me, Nikki. We get along really good. I like people that like me. So we were hanging out. Yeah, no, Vince he's a good guy. He's a real good guy. I like that he's trying to get that whatever it is, IED, AID thingy. No, Vince and Brandon are doing a lot of good things. They're young guys, right? They're trying to do the right things. It's real easy everyone's got opinions, right? It's real easy to be misunderstood. Ridiculously easy to be misunderstood. But no, Vince has always been very helpful to me, and he cracks me up, and we have a good time. I need to cancel a flight here. I should probably, let's see. Should I call the airlines? What should I do here? My trip confirmation. Yeah, so going to Vicksburg area. Whoopsie, wrong lane. Alright, so how do I cancel this flight? Roads are rough. Bouncing around. I just gotta wait till I get out of here. It's too bouncy to multitask. Manage your trip. There we go. So unfortunately, we've got a dangerous day over a broad area. Across East Texas, good part of Louisiana, and then South Central Mississippi into. But bottom line, what I saw at Rolling Fork was a lot of chasers in action, first people there, helping out. No one's trying to be a hero. I saved lives, I this, I that. There's a lot of kids, Kids sometimes say some kids that are on Twitter, they say some things that come across weird or whatever. And it's so easy to beat somebody up on social media and whatever. But, trying to get the AC set. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, not many chasers. A lot of chasers ended up. The chasers that were late to Rolling Fork were able to catch up with it by Silver City. So there were less people to help out in Silver City. But it sounds like it was bad up there too. Talking to Vince. Thanks, Peyton. Yeah, I've got so many thoughts, you know, so many thoughts. All right, I'm gonna have to make a phone call here to cancel my flight and get credit for it. Won't let me change it. Yeah, I'm just going to take a little break on talking for a bit and just sort of settle in on driving and keep it simple for a bit. I got to call the airline here. But thanks for hanging. Nikki, thanks for coming by. Receipts and refunds. I just need to contact them. Contact America. Jesus. I just want to call them. Can I freaking call America? Yeesh, what a pain. Just trying to find a phone number.
Thanks for choosing American Airlines. Your call may be monitored or recorded to ensure high-quality service. For faster service, especially when making or changing travel plans, try the American Airlines mobile app or our website at aa.com. If you're calling about travel booked through an agency, please contact the agency directly. Thank you again for calling American Airlines. Looking to get help after www.aa.com/app, where you can make a new booking or change an existing reservation.
Para español, marque 9.
Hi, Christopher. I've matched your mobile number to your Advantage account, and I see that you're on American Airlines, Flight 5333, operated by Envoy Air as American Eagle, departing today, March 20th.
Yes. Cancel. Alright. Let me, I just need to make sure my target is my target. Just give me a sec. Get my plans together. Okay, what am I doing? Just trying to figure out some plans. Just give me a sec, guys and gals. Okay, just trying to figure out the plan. So, today, first thought for today is that I would like to intercept in this area. If you see, the southern part is Louisiana. I'd like to intercept in the farmland area of Louisiana. Easier to see stuff. I'll post some stuff in the coming weeks or something. I'm approaching Vicksburg, and I've got these storms. Both of them have mesocyclones tagged on them. So right now, that's an initial target. Right there, that's initial target. All right, we got somebody important here because we got a convoy. Wow. Got about 12 cars right there. Guessing that might be the governor of Mississippi. Maybe he went to look at the damage. Yeah, I bet they're coming back from Rolling Fork. My guess is that was the governor of Mississippi coming back from up north, from Rolling Fork, etc. So I am east of Vicksburg, and my initial target is northeast Louisiana. I'm going west on I-20. See what these are doing on Echo Tops. Yeah, Jackson's a little close to look at them on Echo Tops. I'll use New Orleans. New Orleans is a little far. Having trouble getting a good. No, I'll try Shreveport. Yep, so they're decently tall. So my initial focus is going to be the supercells coming out of northeast Louisiana. All right, so safety. Let's talk safety, all right? Safety is going to be a big focus of my chasing and talking. So when you look at storms like these, all right, they're moving northeast. Where do I want to be? I want to be southwest of the storms, right? I don't want to try to cross in front of the path of the storm. Echo Tops shows how tall the storm is. Typically, the taller the storm, the more chance it can be tornadic. It's just it's one way of looking at the strength of a storm. Also, a taller storm turns right. Yeah, just good job, Shori. Just zap him. No reason to be like that. So anyway, there's no reason to be. Typically, storms are moving a northeast direction. Sometimes they move east. Sometimes they move southeast. But so I'm going to emphasize not being in the wrong places, and I'll talk about that as we get closer to the storm. One-inch hail. It's moving about 50 miles an hour. To hit the bathroom somewhere. So the storm I'm watching, I'm near Vicksburg. The storm I'm watching is near Winnsboro. So I'm going to get into Louisiana get a little bit of a plan together. Hey, Smorman. Hope you guys are good. Thank you for the kind words and support and all that stuff. Yeah, so let me go back to Storm Prediction Center. So Jackson. So basically my plan is to be on the left edge of the red area. The red area might not blow up until later tonight. The earlier stuff looks like it'll be Louisiana and maybe Alabama. So hold on, I have to mute this, folks.
Participating in our search.
No, I am not going to Rolling Fork. I just have to go to the bathroom here. So I canceled my flight. I originally was going to fly home before this day blew up. But I greatly appreciate everyone being concerned, and concerned for everybody. I mean, we're all in this together, not just chasers and not just weather people, but the communities that are affected. You know, we're all on this planet, we're all on this ride together, and you know, the more we can work together and help each other, so this is actually the road that takes you up to Rolling Fork from Vicksburg. This is the road. It also is the road to Yazoo City. It's the road where a lot of people miss that exit to Yazoo City or take the wrong exit. You hear everyone talking about it, but this is... Anyway, I have to go to the bathroom really quickly, and I'll be right back. BRB. Okay, that's annoying. I'm going to try to change the... actually, before I do that... Yeah, alright. One thing at a time. Remind me when I get back. I want to try to change... No, I'll do it now. Can I change this on YouTube? Can I change the... Okay, no, can't do it there. Alright, I can't do it there.
Don't assume.
Alright, let me see what I can do here. Chat filter. Chat, skip ads. Alright, anyway, I'll be back in a sec. Alright, back in 2 seconds, guys. All right. Here we are. Look at radar. That storm is probably scooting pretty fast. Yeah, let's look at velocity. Velocity is a mess because it's a hole. All right, so let's go. Yeah, Tallulah, whatever that is, Tallulah. I can go over here. The super chat. I missed you. Raider Nation. Sweet Jazz. Thank you, Sweet Jazz. I greatly appreciate it. All right. So we're going to go east on 20 towards Tallulah. A lot of the same towns lately. Repeat business. All right, so we're gonna go to Tallulah-ish. So cam is blurry? Is the camera blurry? How we doing? Roads are a little bad, but could be signal related. Better now? Okay. Yeah, my phone got mangled up pretty good. I'm in Vicksburg. Heading west. We're gonna check out that storm. Can't edit the title of this stream. I want to edit the title, but I can't. I know. I thought the same thing about Rolling Fork. So let's see, this first one, what am I gonna do? Looks like it could possibly go, yeah, I might not even go all the way to Tallulah. I might just stay on, in case it turns hard right. Might just stop at Mound. Mound has an exit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get off to I-20 so I have east-west options. Because I-20, if you're on it, you're stuck on it. Yeah, no, Alexandria, they're blowing up. But we've got a severe Warren storm here. Yeah, Montgomery might not be until tonight. Not sure, but yeah, I there's a good chance I could end up there. So our storm is coming from that way. I'm crossing, this is the Mississippi. Crossing from oh, I know what I'll do is hold on. Can't edit the able to edit the stream while I'm live. Also realize you can change your resolution on the playback if you want to. That's weird.
In 2 miles, take exit 186 toward Delta. Way station. I'm gonna hang here for 2 seconds. If I can. I just like that it's open here. Head west. In 1,000 feet, merge onto I-20 West.
I just like that it's wide open. So we can get a
Head west toward I-20 West.
just get a little bit of a view. All right, I'm freezing. Turn that down a little bit. What did I just do? Oh crap, did I just do that? Nope, okay. All right, we got to watch out for hail today as well. Just posting some stuff here. Oh, wait a second. I didn't change the that's kind of dopey. Hey, Miss Vicky. All right, so I want to get on a different road. So biggest thing, especially with violent tornadoes, is I want to be cognizant of having east-west direction outs. So I'm going to get off I-20 because it has limited exits. And I want to get on a road that I can go either direction. So I'm going to get off of I-20 in a bit, and I'm going to hop on...
In 800 feet, merge onto I-20 West.
I'm going to hop on this side road so that I can go east-west.
Merge onto I-20 West, then take exit 186.
Yeah, so I'm going to get on 80 West, State Road 80 West in Mississippi. And now I'll have full...
Take exit 186, then keep right at the fork.
Thank you, Betty, and Cheryl, and Joni. Thank you so much. I'm getting Venmo notifications. I should probably check PayPal as well. PayPal is delinquent on notifications.
Keep right at the fork.
So I'm going towards Delta and Mound, Louisiana.
Continue for 7 miles.
Delta's a cute little farm town. I've been on this road before. So this is farm country. It's wide open. Stuart, thank you so much. Sorry I didn't get the PayPal notification earlier. Korean War Veterans Memorial Highway. So again, for chasing, and I'm going to emphasize this for the rest of my life, you want to be on roads that you can go in either direction. And I just saw lightning. I don't know if you just saw that in the distance. Trying to close some apps here. So we got Google Maps, we got radar scope, and that's all we need right now. Yep, always have an escape plan. And that means not being stuck in a small town like I did the other night. Don't make assumptions. You gotta plan for the worst, assume the worst. Be prepared for the worst, be prepared for changes. Leave margins of error. So these storms, they're actually kind of competing. You've got a blow up here. So that's the situation. The competing storms there is probably going to crush. This severe one might lose its inflow capability, but we'll see. Thank you, Vicky. No, we're not testing. I'm just not able to change the title on the stream while we're streaming. So let's go here. So Tallulah is 12 miles away. There's a north exit out of Tallulah. There's a south exit. There's north, south, east, west out of Tallulah. I don't want to get stuck in town. ETA to Tallulah is 13 minutes. Yeah, I don't really care about the stream, the name test stream or whatever. Alright, so let's go to velocity. Yeah, there's a little bit of velocity on the that middle one. 3-inch hail, so I definitely want to be careful of that. Obviously, velocity can ramp up. Put my headlights on. 84 degrees. Let's go to VTP. Change sector. VTP as of 30 minutes ago. Actually, VTP is all down south. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of going down to Natchez. After we play with these, I'll dip south. But see, VTP is not perfect. I mean, I don't think Rolling Fork was necessarily in VTP. I would have to go back and look at it. But right now, Natchez, south of Natchez, basically extreme southeast Mississippi. But we're here. We'll take a peek. I would probably dip south on that Louisiana road. Keeping an eye on that cell down in DeRidder, Louisiana, southwest Louisiana. That one seems to be the biggie. So the only way to cross over into Mississippi is Natchez. So I would maybe go along that area, maybe down to Faraday, Louisiana. That's the edge of the farmland. But we'll play this one first. Mainly looks like a hail threat. Hey, Anthony. Yep, I want to get out in the farmland area as well so that I have a clear view. We'll be back in the farmland in a couple of miles. Looks like I'm going to stay east of Tallulah. That's where we are. Definitely going to give this some room, especially with the hail and the violent tornado threat. All right, so It's funny, not a massive hail core yet. Could just be the proximity from hail core is still early. Oh, that's there we go. Let's go digital. All right, there we go. So this is the hail core as of 10 minutes ago. Let me add that. So hail core is going directly at Tallulah. Probably mispronouncing that. So I'm going to stay east of Tallulah. And I've got this road here that I can boogie east. So that's northeast Louisiana. Then after this passes, I'm going to head south towards Natchez, to the Louisiana side of Natchez. So I am northeast Louisiana, Tallulah on I-20. This cell apparently has 3-inch hail indicated with it. Here's the beginning of it. So it'll apparently cross my road in about 17 minutes. And I am about 1 more mile. I'll be, all right, DeRidder, Louisiana. Where's that? All right, so yeah, that cell that I just talked about, that southwest cell, that looks like the one that might go long track. Possibly. So after we do something with this, we'll, so I'm going to pretty much stop here, I think. Yeah, we've got an open area. I'd like to find a road that I can get off to the side and face southwest. Hey, Kim. Here we go. All right. So these are a couple little guys off to the back to reflectivity. So I'm up here. I'm basically looking at these. Starting to get velocity on this one down here, getting velocity. Let this get in focus again. Car is getting cold. All right, so it could approximately cross this area 14 minutes. Yep, you see the lightning straight ahead. Yeah, so after this passes by, that's where I'm going to go, is down by Natchez. But on the Louisiana side. So down to like Faraday. Figure it out. Got to be real careful with I am just east of Tallulah, Louisiana, northeast Louisiana. Thanks, Telford. Yeah, trust me, safety is number one. Always is. I think eliminate stupidity is number one. All right, so I see this is building over here. So I might need to get east. So this is, let me do both here. That's reflectivity and velocity right there, but I don't want to play with the hail company. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff, thanks. Let's see. So hail. Hey, boss. Watch out, big hail coming. Yeah, so that left cell is starting to develop hail as well. So, don't want to get caught in hail. I might even go west of the storm. Yeah, it's a little late for that. Two. Okay. In case this hooks to the right, I'm going to stay clear of the hail and the hook. If it hooks. It's starting to turn right. And the storm to the east is forming hail. So I'm going to go get out of the way of this.
Continue for 7 miles. So 2-inch hail is indicated. So I've got cover for the hail.
Watching velocity. Yeah, we got a blob. So I'll just hide out here away from the hail. And then we'll duck south towards maybe Faraday, Louisiana. Hey, a couple of quid. Thanks, Pete. Who's your footy club? Who do you like? Yeah, I know, Danielle. I just didn't feel like restarting the stream. Maybe I'll restart. Yep, so it's raining now, if you're talking to me. Hail is... Yeah, hail dropped off. So it's leaving the warm front, I think. Hail threat is down to 3/4 of an inch. Did it go over there? Yeah, so the hail down there is 1.5 inches. So I think further away from the warm front, it's losing its oomph. So we're going to let all that pass to the south of me, and then we're going to go down south to, where'd Natchez go? To Faraday. Going to head down towards Faraday, maybe even Simsport. We'll see where the storm goes down there. All right, I'm gonna check. Check HRRR. Yeah, so maybe after this I'll restart the stream with something that's titled appropriately. If you're new, please follow or subscribe, whatever you call it. Let's see, 18Z, 19Z. Yeah, we're at 19Z. 20Z. 21Z. 22Z. 22Z is 6 is 5. Right? 22 is 6 is 5. 6 is 5. 23Z is 7 is 6. So 4 hours from now. No, not that. 4 hours from now. 6. 2 hours from now, down south. Yeah, it looks like southern Mississippi. Like 7 o'clock, southern Mississippi. So I might actually go back into Mississippi. Yeah, like Macomb. Probably focus on Macomb. All right, what's the hail doing here? All right, how far to Macomb? Two hours to Macomb. Macomb. 2 hours, so that's 4 is 6 is something or other Z. Updraft helicity. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so it's got that big one still coming across. Long tracking. Then curving out. It's got a new one starting in Mississippi. Just south of Vicksburg. So this is what the HRRR has for helicity. It's got a big one here, and then another one starting just south of Vicksburg going across. Only problem is this is like severe forest. Natchez area. It's pretty remote. So this one is the whoopsie. This one is probably going to be that DeRitter cell, so I could beat it down here to catch up with it. What's the time frame on that? 22Z is 5. But it looks like the DeRitter's moving a little slower. Not really. But the question is do I want to catch up to that DeRitter? Question is where do I want to play? Now the 15% is more Mississippi. So it's like, do I want to get stuck in Louisiana? I'm under here just to bail out of the hail in case it hails. Yeah, so this is the... Oh, crap. Okay, oh, crap again. You know, so it's still thinking... SPC update is basically focused on Mississippi. So I think they're somewhat discounting that big one coming across Louisiana. So I still think the play, you got to think the play is Mississippi. So Macomb. Hey, Ariel. Thank you, Judy. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so I guess I just don't see the reason of, I think I've got to play the Mississippi side. How are we doing on hail here? Still 1.5. What is that tapping? Unless that's water dripping down and I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, I guess that was water dripping down. All right, so we're hiding out. A little hail hide out here. But I'm gonna leave shortly, I think, for Macomb-ish. Yeah, south of Jackson, southeast of Jackson. Natchez to Macomb would seem to be the Brookhaven. Brookhaven is where Vince is. But a lot of that is forest and stuff. Alright, where's that? What town is that? Natchez. I could go on that east-west road from Natchez. Alright, where's Natchez? Alright, I think I'm about clear here. Yeah. Yep, so I'm going to go down to Natchez and then maybe go east from there.
Head northwest on East Green Street toward Mulberry Street.
Just make sure before I leave we're clear of the hail. Yeah, so the hail went to the south of me. That'll clear out. I want to boogie south before this stuff comes in.
In 800 feet, turn left onto North Chestnut Street.
Whoops.
Head southwest on Mulberry Street toward Depot Street. In 500 feet, turn right onto Dabney Street.
How do I work these wipers? Oh my god, you gotta have a PhD on working wipers.
In 600 feet, turn left onto South Chestnut Street. Turn left onto South Chestnut Street. Continue for 56 miles.
Thanks, Whizzle. Hello, hello. So if you're new, please subscribe. Hey, Laura. Got some street flooding here. So we're going to be on this road for 56 miles. Okay, everybody, I'm going to start a new stream. Everyone's telling me start a new stream with the live and the blah-bitty-blah-bitty-blah-bitty-blah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I need to start a new stream with chasing in the title or just stick with this? I'll go with the first 10 votes. New stream or just stick with this one? Alright, so we got one saying new stream. Just keep it. New stream. Your count will go up. New. Stick with this one. People find it in the search. We want to. New. Okay. Alright, I'm going to start a new one. Subscribe. And I'll start it right. It should only be a couple of minutes. Well, Pete, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll start a new one. Okay. See you in a little bit, guys.